From the beginning, my name is Marcin. I'm here from London, and I was asked by Katja to present you the Zinzino. Guys, maybe we can start from the beginning. Oh, we have a very small visitor as well. Hello.
Hi.
So, guys, I would like to start from the etymology, what Zinzino actually means. Zinzino, as a word, origin, it means the small thing with the great value. And I think that the name in Zinzino itself, it reflects what we have. So we have like a small thing, so we have like a small oil or small test, but it makes great things. So my name is Marcin. I'm based in London. I run together with my wife Holistic Way Academy. That's the school of accredited courses, and also Masters in Bioenergy. And on certain stage, we my mom had a cancer. I had the psoriasis and atopic inflammation of my skin, and several other diseases. And thanks to Zinzino, our health um, level in our family has improved
Definitely.
enormously. So, what I will tell you today is based on my own experience first. So, I tried it first myself and my wife and my mom. And after 6 months, my mom, she was relieved from cancer without any radio chemotherapy or any operation. So we cannot say that it's only thanks to Zinzino, but mainly to Zinzino. So what we have here is how to defeat the chronic inflammation. So I think the chronic inflammation is not widely known what it actually is. Maybe are you aware of what the chronic inflammation is and what are the negative effects of chronic inflammation that can be caused to our body? Any one of you, any ideas maybe? Okay, so I would just tell you, so chronic inflammation, it's something that it can be, we have two states of inflammation, yeah, acute inflammation and chronic inflammation. Acute inflammation is when you have a fingertip, for instance, and you cut yourself, there is a blood, yeah? So the blood clot is created and it's acute inflammation. So this is, let's say, a kind of positive inflammation. Something that lasts, I don't know, it can be a little bit itchy, it can last for about 2 or 3 days, and it's fine. When the problem starts is when this acute inflammation turns into chronic inflammation. It's hidden inside of our body, and we are not aware of that until something bad happens to our body. So here we are talking about preventative medicine. So I always say that this test, balance test, the beauty of this test lies in its preventative nature. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes we can check something before something bad happens. So chronic inflammation is mainly responsible for all cardiovascular things, all the skin is the biggest organ. So anything that we have like psoriasis or atopic inflammation of the skin, a lot of diseases of the skin, they have their roots in chronic inflammation that is inside of us. What's more, I can say, have you heard about autoimmune diseases? Please raise your hand if you had. Yeah,
Yeah,
great. You
definitely.
see, not all, but the majority of autoimmune diseases, like especially for women, Hashimoto, let's say, yeah, it has its roots in chronic inflammation. Please raise your hands if you have heard about diabetes.
Yeah.
Diabetes is also chronic inflammation. Do you know what I mean? Everything that ends up from Latin es, it means chronic inflammation is the root of this. So diabetes, osteoporosis, you see, so a lot of diseases that are common, but they are not presented in this way. So here in the UK, for diabetes, they can only give you the injections or chemical treatment. That's all. There is no solution. And I will tell you, please try to eat less sugar. Yeah, that's all. So, of course, I'm simplifying the things, but that's how reality actually looks like. So what Zinzino did years ago, so it started in 2005, later on it was being transformated, and they invented, they saw that there is a very important thing that is called malnutrition type B. You know, guys, we eat a lot, but whether the substances that we consume, whether they are nutritious or not. We can fill up our stomach, we're fine, but is our body okay with that? Do you know what I mean? So here we are talking about bringing the body to the balance. So there is a very long presentation that I was thinking that I can show you today, but what I think is more important for now is just for you to understand the basic concept, what Zinzino is about. So Zinzino is mainly about bringing the body to the balance between, have you heard about omega-3? And a lot of us, we associate omega-3 equals fish. You live in Australia, you have seacoast, so you have fish, yeah? I live in the island, theoretically we have access to fish. But unfortunately, nowadays, the quality of fish that we consume, how to say, is not the highest. Even if it is, still our diet has changed enormously. So maybe on this stage, I will share with you the screen and I will show you several slides. So there was a guy, his name, sorry, I haven't shared the screen with you. 1 second, please. Okay. Okay, guys, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Do you know the guy? Have you heard about Hippocrates?
Oh, yes.
Yes. So this guy was quite well known. So he invented a saying, let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. So this is a beautiful statement, but it doesn't have too much in common with what we eat today. And maybe I will go, sorry, slideshow. Okay. Sorry, it brought me to the beginning. So that's what we used to eat, you know, free range. For instance, I come from Poland. In Poland, and I think in many countries, let's say 20, 30 years ago, cows were fed outdoors. They were eating the green grass, and later on, children or people were drinking this milk. Nowadays, so in this green grass, there was a natural source of omega-3. Now, the cows are kept inside, and this is just a simple or clear example how we changed our nutritious habits within the past 20 or 30 years. So the nutrients are low in fiber. Fiber is very important for our guts and for all the nutrients that are incorporated into our body to be digested properly. So our DNA was created in such a way that omega-6 fatty acid and omega-3 fatty acid, they had to be equal, 1-to-1. But what happened later, the ratio of between omega-6s and omega-3s started to be imbalanced. And nowadays, do you know, so it should not exceed, in order not to have chronic inflammation inside of our body, this level should not exceed the ratio between 3-to-1. Do you have any ideas what is the average in the UK, in European Union? I don't know what is in Australia, but I think it should be comparable. Do you have any ideas how many to how many?
I'll have a guess, 6-to-1.
Okay, 6-to-1 first guess. Let's give 3 guess. First guess, 6-to-1. The second guess, please.
Maybe
15-to-1.
Isa, because Isa, she has done her test.
She goes, okay. thank you. No, it's 15 to 1. 15 to 1, so it's 5 times too much. It's average in EU. In United States, it's 25 to 1, the average. So you can see now, so it's 8 times too much. So you can see how serious the situation become. And oh, here it's 25. Oh, 21 to 1. Okay, great. So, sorry. And it's getting more and more. So every generation has weaker DNA. Our parents, on average, of course, had better DNA, and each generation has, so our children, they have, on average, worse DNA. And our body consists of about 37 trillion of cells. If we take into consideration one particular cell, later on we can extrapolate it so we can see what is happening inside of our body. So what I would like to draw your attention to is something that is called cell membrane. Many people ask me about the supplements, about food, so-called healthy food, whether this or that product is able to be absorbed properly. And they think, asking this question, they think, they concentrate on the product itself, but they don't concentrate on the addressee of this. So of the person who will, in the end of the day, absorb it. So who will eat it. You know what I mean? So I can have Audi and I can have a very fast car, but if I don't have driving license, I cannot drive it. Do you know what I mean? So there can be a beautiful building, but if I'm not rich enough, I cannot afford to have the house or a flat over there. The same here. I can have the best product worldwide, but if my cell membrane is very rigid, my body will not absorb it. Do you know what I mean? So here is about absorption. So we have two different states. One, the rigid cell membrane, and from the other hand is fluid cell membrane. We call it cell membrane fluidity index. And this index clearly shows us how much of phytonutrients that were introduced to our body, how many of them we are able to absorb. So here you had reduced function of the cell and you have a normal function of the cell. So we are not doing any magic. We are just bringing the cell to this initial normal state. Some people will call it miracle because they were suffering from different diseases. Now they are healthy. It's not anything miraculous. It's just a normal thing to be healthy. So here you can see something that is red and something that is green, you know, like traffic lights. Green, you can go, red, you should stop. And this is exactly how Zinzino works. So this cell membrane fluidity is one of the parameters that is being analyzed in this test. I'm a little bit crazy about it because my first test was 8 to 1, which was not that bad, but my cell membrane fluidity was 22 to 1 or something. So it was very, very bad. So, and I was not feeling it. So guys, what I would like to underline here is also that we are measuring certain parameters that are not felt by us, by our physical body on a everyday basis. Would you agree with me? So if I have a pain of my shoulder, or if I have a frozen shoulder or something like that, I can feel it because there is a restriction within the mobility joint, yeah? But if my cell membrane is rigid, I will not feel it until I have any kind of negative influence in my body. That's why education here is of vital importance, and that's why performing this test is that important, even in case if theoretically, quite often illusionary, we think that we are totally healthy. And it's not about looking for a disease, it's about preventing from something that might potentially happen in the future. Guys, am I not speaking too fast? No? It's okay?
Nope.
Okay, fine. So within the cell, I think that's So what about the cell? So the cell is being analyzed in the test, but also we have a solution. So first we have a test, and later on we have a solution for it, which is appropriate dosage of the blend of omega-3s with polyphenols. About these polyphenols, I will tell you just in a second. But here about the cell membrane is that cell membrane, so the biological part of cell membrane is one of omega-3 fatty acid. Specifically, it's called EPA. And this EPA, once it's introduced to the body and it's there for a longer period of time, it emulsifies the cell membrane, making it more making it less rigid, making it more fluid. And as a result, the absorption increases within the time, of course. So that's the main idea of this. Have you heard about Titanic, 1912? So we are on a metaphorically, figuratively, we are in the Titanic in a danger zone, so we cannot see it. They didn't see the iceberg, but the iceberg was there. You know what I mean? And later on, we know what happened later on. So the same, in order not to end up like people from Titanic, we have to know before something bad can happen. So how the test is performed? This test is home administrated. So you do this at your own home or office, whenever. It's very simple because all you need to do, you have a lancet, you just take the lancet to your fingertip, you put several droplets on the tester paper and you send it to Laboratory Vitas in Oslo. So as you can see, the partner of this laboratory are University of Cambridge, Harvard University, University of Oxford. So this is typically scientific place, and this is independent locations. I was there physically, it exists, I taught it. So the thing is that this test is performed by you and is sent by the post to Oslo, and it's anonymous. So no one knows that's you. Nor Zinzino, neither people from Oslo Science Park. No one knows it's you, so no one knows whether this test is the first test or the second test or the third test that you perform. And that's also how to show how reliable all this idea is, because this test, it has its unique number. I told you about this test. So we have the biggest worldwide database regarding the tests which are about the ratio omega-6 and omega-3, and over 1 million, now it's over 1,400,000 tests performed. And this number is increasing enormously. 1 year ago, it was 1 million. When I started, it was 600,000. So it's really, the number of tests that was performed skyrocketed. This is the number of tests of people tested which were out of balance. As you can see, USA, I don't know, Australia is not taken into consideration. The average is 97%. So as you can see, for 100 people, 3 people pass the test, 97 people do not pass the test. Do not pass the test, it means that the average ratio between omega-6 and omega-3 exceeds 3 to 1. Okay, so this is about the ratio. So we have also scientific advisory board, and the head of this is Dr. Paul Clayton. So he was dietary advisor of Queen Elizabeth II here in the UK for years. So as you can see, these people are quite well known, and they went from the classical medicine to, well, let's call it complementary, maybe. What is the omega-3 balance formula, and what is USP? unique selling point or what makes it that different to others is the formula. And it's all about polyphenols. Have you heard about polyphenols? Okay, some of you, yes. Okay, so polyphenols are natural antioxidants, and generally they are taken from the olive oils. The type of the olive oils, it's called koroneiki. So basically what we have the fish oil, omega-3, combined with polyphenol. It's making a so-called stability. What does that mean? If you apply, because the supplementation market is saturated. I think, I don't know Australian reality, but I think I know the American and the European. I think maybe we can compare them. Can you buy omega-3 easily in Australia? I think so. So, but what's the difference between this and the other one? So the difference is that we have antioxidant polyphenol protection, and others, they don't have it. So this synergistic formula means that thanks to this unique combination between omega-3 and polyphenol, it makes it being active post-absorption over 30 hours, which means physically, I apply the oil once a day, and this is active all the time until the following day and until the next time I take it, all the time. While different or so-called normal omega-3s, they are anti-inflammatory active only within 3 to 10 hours. Do you know? So that's the difference. I will show you later on. This is this study that was performed in 2010. And this is the study that was not performed by Zinzino. It was performed by something that is called SINTEF. So this was like a body that is based in North Europe, and they test different companies or different oils. As you can see, balance oil, its oil stability index 35 hours, the last one, the green one. While the cod liver is 15 hours, krill oil is 5 hours. So you can see there is a massive difference. And this massive difference makes our products working actively, effectively. Because, you know, chronic, let's say diabetes, very well-known disease, unfortunately. Let's say 50 years ago, the definition of diabetes type B or type 2 was that the earliest stage possibly can appear at the age of 50 plus. Now, in London, I can experience many people, 28, 27, diabetes type 2. So you see, that's the difference. And now the question is whether this diabetic state, so how long did it take to reach this diabetic state, let's say? It was not one month, it was not even 1 year, it was years. So in order to defeat the chronic inflammation or the reason of the chronic inflammation, guys, we need time. We are not talking about the magic pill that you swallow and the following day, you know, it's the other dimension. It doesn't work like that, of course. We need time. So I always use the comparison to traditional Chinese medicine, TCM. So if you have if the length of disease was 10 years, you need at least 1 year, so the 10% of the time of the length of the disease, in order to get rid of this. So here it's similar. We don't know. Everyone is different. So, and we have different states in our body, and the length of the disease was also different. But on average here, what we are talking about is that we need at least 120 to 140 days. So let's say 4 to 5 months. I'll always say half a year, because within this test, what we analyze are red blood vessels, erythrocytes. The average lifespan of erythrocyte is exactly 4 to 5 months. So we need the blood to exchange. We have new hair, we have new skin and we have new nails all the time. And the same happens with the blood. So it's, we have new bones every 7 years on average. So with this erythrocytes is 140 days, let's say. So basically what we do, we offer a therapy that lasts at least 8 months. First, 2 months to start, and later on 6 months subscription. And it has its biological reasons why this amount of time and not the other one is because the erythrocytes, their natural cycle is exactly this time. So basically how it looks like, it first we do the test, and after about 4 to 5 months, I recommend to my clients half a year, we perform the second test and we can compare the results. So the unique point here is the nature of the blend and these polyphenols that make this oil to stabilize, so to actively work, while the other ones, they work only 2, 3, even 10 hours. So, it makes, to make it work, someone should take the oil like several times a day or even during the night, which in the long run, let's say it's more like a mission impossible. So is it okay what I've told so far, or you maybe have some questions regarding this? Yeah? Okay, fine.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of methodology behind it, but I would like to make it simple, because if you go to your clients or even for yourself, it's the best, the simple, the better. So balance oil, this concept, everything that I told you before, yeah? Polyphenols, which aim is to prevent oxidation, and a dosage by weight. So it's totally personalized, yeah? So we cannot forget the test itself is important, but also the interview with person is important, because, there is no point in concentrating only on the test combined with the interview and your knowledge, and altogether, it's the best outcome we can get. As you can see, there are a lot of certifications. I would like to point out one specifically, which is in sport informed. So here in the UK, for instance, there are people who are representing UK in international Olympic Games, etc., etc. And in order to be possible lawfully for them to take any kind of supplement, they need to have this regulation. So as you can see, there are a lot of them. So it's for keto diet, Friends of the Sea, etc. There are plenty of them. There are much more of them than here it's shown, but if you have any questions, there are always a lot of materials, additional materials we can always send to you or to your client. The way that I work, I always work on this oil, which is the premium one, because the difference between this one and this one is the content of polyphenols. Content of polyphenols here is 4 times more. So the price is slightly higher, but you have something that is 4 times more effective. So me personally, I don't work on this one, but there are people who prefer this one, and it's also okay. But if you have someone with really chronic inflammation, and if you have someone with really severe state of health, I would recommend to go for this one straight away. There are also capsules. I think soft gel capsules, they are not in Australia, but it's just the question of time, and you should have it over there as well. The Aqua X, so if someone does not have gallbladder by any reason, there is also an option of polyphenols balanced with water-soluble formula. So this is very good one, but it contains less polyphenol than this one. So sorry, this one, premium one. So always when you are with your clients, the best option to choose is you can always mix different products. So for instance, someone can use Aqua X, but also the premium one. So you can mix it. This is also good for children because it's water soluble solution. So you can mix it with juice, you can mix it with smoothie, with anything, and children are happy to take it. If someone is vegan, we have also an option for vegans, so it's taken not from fish, but directly from organic algae. So here are all the qualities that I mentioned before. What is our target group? Everyone, even before natal state is also our target group. So what I mean is that if you have a pregnant woman, within the third trimester, you know, all this central nervous system and other organs are developed. And one of the best solutions for them to be developed properly is EPA, which is omega-3 fatty acid. So as you can see from children, for brain, immune, reproduction, later on when we are not getting older, we are getting more experienced. So within getting more experienced, the brain, immune, heart, so everything, as you can see, it's for everyone. It's never too late. Yes. So if you are, I had a client who was, I don't know, 88 or something, and the gentleman asked me whether he's not too old to take it, and the answer was not. It's not too late at all. So as you can see, this works. What I would like to say, have you heard about blue zones?
Yes.
Blue zone. Oh, I can see Czesław image is a blue shirt, so maybe he was in a blue zone because there is a C behind him. Blue zone are the zones, if you Google blue zone, are the zones where people's longevity is the longest. So the average life expectancy is the highest. And what's more, they live healthy. So there are special zones. It's like Sardinia. It's several places in Southwest US, Japanese islands, this kind of stuff. And people live there the longest. So the idea of Zinzino is mobile blue zone. So you don't have to live in Sardinia in order to live long and healthy. So based on what they eat, also we can offer this in Zinzino. So it's the health protocol. And so it's basically it's omega-3 combined with polyphenols. And also, as I mentioned at the very beginning of today's meeting, the fiber, so xenobiotic. Okay. EFES, European Food Standard Association, so they claim normal brain function, normal heart function, and normal immune function. So still you have references that present the claims about Zinzino effectiveness, and still there's this external source. So it was not performed by Zinzino, it was performed by external authority about Zinzino. So this is the xenobiotic that I mentioned. So this is this one. It is in the form of the powder. And for gut health, diet 8, it contains 8 different source of natural fiber. This is a kind of prebiotic. So there are 2 types, prebiotic and probiotic. Probiotic, it's when we basically add to our body or we provide our body with new bacteria, but we don't know whether these bacteria will be eager to cooperate with bacteria that we already had in our guts. Prebiotic has slightly different concept, and this concept is more effective because it's for everyone, because it's about creating the environment for the bacteria to create. So this is the difference between the pre and probiotic. So we have also other solutions, 30 times more higher polyphenol level than average olive oil. So it's called Rivo. And it's also combined with the oil premium that I've mentioned before. We have also serum, so it hydrates and smooths the skin. So this is very good also if someone has like acne rosacea or acne pro skin. So this is really good for the type of skin that is more delicate. So here you have, because we have more tests, yeah, it's not only balance tests, it's tests for vitamin D, it's tests for the sugar test. This is the range of the products, of balanced products that are available. So it's gut health, it's the xenobiotic and different types of oils that we talked about earlier on. As you can see, the company, it's a worldwide company. So we are so I can see in Australia, it's Adelaide and Brisbane that you have to like kind of headquarters over there. Now I will tell you something more about the business, but I know that maybe now it's the time. If you have guys any questions regarding the products, please feel free to ask them. Do you have any questions?
I can't see. Nobody have questions? No. I just tell because you talk about prices and probably you don't know. We have new people here, so I just say this white oil, the basic oil is $61 if someone subscribe, and black one, this premium one is $89 a month. Xenobiotic is $44 a month. So we're not talking about mountain of money. We talk about normal prices.
Mm-hmm. What's also important here, worth mentioning, it's Zinzino for free. So if you subscribe, let's say normal oil, which price is 61 Australian dollars, yeah, for instance, and you have, so subscription lasts for 6 months. If you recommend, we call it from your link, when you recommend 4 people to go on subscription, also for half a year, you will have half a year, for half a year, you will not pay for the product. So if you recommend to 4 people, it's called Zinzino for free. So if you have the oil or other product and you recommend it for 4 people who are also on subscription, so within each month that they pay for it, and it has to be 4 of them, you don't pay for the product and you're given the product from the company for free. So I think it's also a way to start as a client in order not to pay for the product after a certain amount of time. So I think it's also quite a good news. Guys, do you have any questions about the products? Okay. If you have later on, feel free to reach out to Kasia or we can have another meeting, whatever. It really works. So I'm not recommending you anything that I have not used. I started because I was in a need, because in our family were this diseases that I have just enumerated. So it really works. What's more, this is test-based nutrition, not guess-based, and this is personalized test-based, because you can come across different companies and they can say that, oh, theoretically this works, and within the advertisement it can be said it's scientifically proven, but this is a scientifically proven on some kind of representative group of people who you don't know. Here is the test that is performed on you twice. That's the most important, you know, so this is personalized. So saying about more official from the business is, have you heard about NASDAQ? So NASDAQ is the place, so if the company is on NASDAQ, it's like a stock exchange thing, so it has to be really reliable. So each and every quarter of the year, there is the report, the financial report of Zinzino, so you can see it. And financially, Zinzino is doing really, really well. So we are delivering our products for over 100 countries, as you can see, and we are so-called global mega trend. Mega trend, I can compare it to the beginning of 2000s, where Tesla was a new thing, electric cars, when this kind of stuff, everyone now has it. So it's like a smartphone, but 20-something years ago, it was not that popular. So they had a mega trend for that time. For now, mega trend is test-based nutrition. So as you can see, over 500 million people are taking omega-3s, but they don't test it at all. So that's why also this test is that important, because 97% fails their first balance test. Why Zinzino as a partner? So this is like a mobile franchise. So in order to join the business, you can literally run the business from wherever you are. All you need is internet. So as you can see, I'm in London, you guys in Australia, I have the whole network in USA, for instance, as well, or in Poland or different countries. There are people with whom I have never ever met. I wish in the future to meet with them, but I don't know. But we are business partners and it works perfectly. So it's also, I think, a good advantage. Starting your business, you have you can join or select different partner kits. So these partner kits are a basic one, advanced, and ultimate. Of course, you're given the product within the price. So as you can see, the retail price is much higher than the price that you literally pay for this. So Ultimate Partner Kit, there is a refund campaign. So if you have 25 subscriptions, after a year, a company gives you money back. So if you pay, for instance, almost 2,000 Australian dollars, it's 1,900, but with delivery, it will be, let's say, 2,000, yeah? So if you pay 2,000 Australian dollars, and if you have, after a year, 25 subscriptions, you are given the money back. So, but the product stay with you. And as you can see, the retail price is 5,000 Australian dollars. So you have all these products with you. And what's more, you can have even 10 tests. So you can use it by yourself. You can sell it on retail price, and you can just experience how it works on you, on your family members, etc. And what's more, it's refund campaign. So they give you money back, or after a year, they can ask you, maybe you would like to have your money back or the products back. So there is also an option to choose to receive the products as well. So you can choose between the money coming back to your account or the products. About the business, I always recommend Ultimate Partner Kit because there is this refund. About the basic partner kit, it works, but there is no refund. And you have much less products and only one test. But of course, the choice, it's up to you. So it looks like this, and this is this refund campaign I have just talked to you about. When we're talking about business, we need to have some kind of targets, some kind of goals. So I always say to my partners that our first goal is to get 25 subscription. 25 subscription doesn't equal 25 clients, because if there is one client, for instance, Kasia, sorry, I will take you, may I take as example, Kasia. So let's say there is Kasia, and Kasia, I don't know let's say Kasia, I don't know the result of your test, but let's say that Kasia needs the products and she would like to go, for instance, for this and for this. So you already have one person with two subscriptions. You see? So for instance, if you have there are people who take more. So let's say one person, two products. So all you need is 12 clients, actually, because 12 multiplied by 2 is 24. So one more and you have 25. And once you have 25 subscriptions, your business is growing up twice faster. So the first benefit out of having 25 subscriptions is this refund campaign after a year. But the second one, I would say even more important, is that your credits are multiplied by 2. What is credit? So the company internal currency, the description of the value of each and every particular product is called credit. So for instance, this it costs 89 Australian dollars, so it has 5 credits. The white oil, the normal one that Kasia talked about before, it costs 61 Australian dollars, so it stands for 4 credits. I don't know what's the price of this, 44 Australian dollars or something. It stands for 3 credits. So the more expensive product, more credits. So when you build your network of clients and your network of business partners, you, in the end of the day, you have like different credits, the amount of credits. And imagine that even if I sell to Kasia this and this, just for example, this is 5 credits, this is 3 credits, so it's 8 credits. So if I have from 0 to 25 subscriptions, my commission is for 8 credits. But if I have over 25 Premier customers, which equals 25 subscriptions, I have 16, and my commission is coming from 16. So the first goal is to have 25 subscriptions. As simple as that. Of course, there is also something that's called fast start. And this fast start, first I will tell you about, Zinzino for free. Remember, I told you, if you have 4 Premier customers, you have this particular product for free. So there are 2 ways in working in Zinzino. Being a customer, being a business partner. What's more, you can be, and what's the best solution? You can be a customer in your private shop. So for instance, we have Kasia. Kasia can be a customer within Kasia's shop. So when Kasia client buys, she pays and she takes a commission from her. You know what I mean? So there are 2 different ideas, but it works the same way. And it's also a good way to build your business. Customer career plan. So this is like different plans. If you have, for instance, now I have this top team, so over 100 customers. So each and so the first, because at the beginning we buy the starter kits, customer starter kits, and quite often it's a combination of the test itself and the oil. And that makes the biggest price at the beginning. So you are paid the commission out of this. And for instance, if I have a top team, it's 30%. If you have 50 customers, it's 25%. So even if you have 25 customers, again, you have another bonus. But we are considering this from a customer point of view. You have 20% cash bonus instead of 10. Yeah, so it's another additional bonus to have 25 customers plus. Okay, leverage sales career plan. It means first it's your effort. You build. Once you have team, the team starts building. You know what I mean? So at the beginning, you need to accelerate imagine a train. The train is very heavy, isn't it? So it's quite difficult to speed up. But once the train is going fast, it's very difficult to stop it. So the team effort is really fast train, very difficult to stop. Maybe this comparison. So 120 days fast start. Once you buy, you decide which kind of business kit you would like to buy, whether it's a basic, advanced, or ultimate. You have first 4 months that are called 100-day fast start, and it has a plan. So apart of having 25 customers, apart from this refund campaign, which always applies, within 120 days, there are additional money to get. So first, 10% cash bonus, and if you have 4 customers within the first month, that the products that create at least 20 credits, then you are given 150 Australian dollars on top of that, on top of all kind of commissions. And what's more, there is something that's called auto order. Auto order is the connection between you as a business partner with the company as Zinzino. So Zinzino give you monthly product for free if the requirements for free auto order are fulfilled. They can be fulfilled in two ways. You can simply pay for it, which I don't recommend, or you can make it be for free. How to make it? It's very simple. For first 4 months, to have at least 4 customer subscriptions, which stands for at least 20 credits. And that's how you can do it. So later on, month 2, so 60 days, we are starting to saying about UPK. This acronym stands for Ultimate Partner Kit. So apart from working with the clients, you can be your client within your own shop as well. You can start for looking for new business partners. So basically this business is a balanced business. So you have your number and you have a left leg and right leg. So this business is created out of 2 legs, the left and the right, and the credits between the left and the right should be balanced as much as it is only possible. So as you can see, the balance concept, it does not only apply to the balance between omega-6 and omega-3, but also between the left and the right leg of your business. The left and the right leg are created by new business partners that are enrolled on left or right side. So you see the left and the right, 6 enrollment points, and you can have additional 600 Australian dollars on top of every other commission that is to be offered by the company. 90 days, you need to enroll. So once you enrolled the business partner on the left A and the business partner on the right B, you can make them. So it's this business is about duplication. What you do, your partners do. What you have achieved, your partners potentially can achieve. So if you as a partner already enrolled 2 business partners, A and B, the same, the one who is A, they are following your steps. So you already had enrolled A and B, so 2 business partners. So they enroll also 2 business partners, C and D, and someone who is B enrolls E and F. So it's about the duplication. When it happens, you're given almost additional 1,800 Australian dollars. So it's within 90 days. And also, if you create so-called X team, so you know X, it means 10. So if you have 10 customer subscriptions, you're given additional payment from the company as well, which is 225 Australian dollars. So as you can see, we go, we're customer-orientated path and business partners orientated path. So potential fast start income, it can be nearly 3,000 Australian dollars, exactly 2,775. But this is from the fast start. You can earn much more if you take into consideration other cash bonuses, etc. So this is just the potential thing to get. And it also depends, it's the average calculation, because it depends on the types of the products that were ordered, so the number of credits. Wow, guys, it was long.